Hey guys, it's Ross on the Space Couch. Today we're going to have a review of the Rogue One trailer with a bit of analysis. Now, so it opens with some very familiar Star Wars music, but in a very different key to what we've heard before. It's almost like Bear McCreary's broke down old piano, although it's not him who's involved in it. Now, we're very quickly introduced to Jyn Erso, who's our new hero, and we get glimpses of that old Yavin 4 base with a X-Wing in the background. You see there's an R2 unit rolling across, and of course we see Mon Mothma, you know, and she's actually played by the same actress who was cast for the Mon Mothma scenes in Revenge of the Sith, which ended up getting deleted. So it's very good that she is back. It's a real good sense of continuity. 2003 to 2016. That's almost the same real world amount of time as there was between, say, the rise of the Empire and the Yavin 4 battle and what followed onwards. So a real good sense of everything coming back together. Now, the trailer very quickly establishes Jyn as a complete badass, and she looks absolutely awesome. You know, both with her attitude, you know, that I rebel, and all her abilities blasting stormtroopers, which look fantastic. And of course, the other things at the beginning of the trailer were kind of about forging Imperial documents, resisting arrest, all that sort of thing. She doesn't take any nonsense, and I absolutely love that. She's looking to be absolutely incredible. Now, there's also, during this Mon Mothma conversation, there's a major weapons test imminent. We want to know what it is. That amazing shot of the Star Destroyer in front of the Death Star with the shadow of the dish moving. I have to admit, the first time I saw it, I didn't quite understand what I was looking at. You know, is it like a scene switch, a fade or something? But yes, my God, when you see that dish lowering to places, it was absolutely amazing. Just the effects in this are going to be incredible. And I really liked that the Star Destroyer was like a brilliant white colour. I think they're originally painted, then obviously due to solar radiation or whatever, it turns grey over time. It's the same way, like, say, you know, like copper goes green and all that sort of thing. So I also thought the Star Destroyer looked just a little bit different. It's just like, you know, on the top of the conning tower, there's the two golf balls. There's that thing in the middle that's kind of like a cross. To be honest, I didn't really remember it from the old style Star Destroyers, and I really noticed it on this one. I can't remember what function that piece of equipment serves, because I'm just thinking back to when we see the crash Star Destroyer on Jakku, the standard Star Destroyer, not the Super Star Destroyer. That part's essentially already been destroyed. I don't know what it does. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. What does that middle part between the two golf balls on the conning tower actually do on a Star Destroyer? Now, there's so many images crammed into this trailer. Just go bang, bang, bang. Like this, like when the siren starts, obviously that's a trick they use to time the cuts of the trailer and the music, and it's very effective. You know, there's like you see that shot of the Grand Admiral. Of course, my first thought is that a version of Admiral Thrawn, even though he doesn't have blue skin and red eyes? Who knows? I mean, definitely a Grand Admiral, because they're the only ones who wear white like that. And I have to say, its cape is fantastic. You know, we also see loads of troops, like the original stormtroopers, the buckets, on a hover tank, which looks incredible. Then we also see those, I don't know if they're shadow troopers, death troopers, or whatever they're going to be called, the black helmeted ones. They look really intimidating. And then there's that shot where they're clearly running through Canary Wharf Jubilee Line Station, which, by the way, will always now be the Death Star for me. Can't wait to go and see it again. And just imagine I'm there. Where you see Jyn, and I think it must be the Diego Luna character. And also, you know, Alan Tudyk is playing a CGI motion capture character in this, a robot. There's a couple of scenes that focus on Jyn, but you kind of see him in the background. You know, like where she's in the alleyways firing. He's in the background of that. And then when they're running through Canary Wharf Station, the Death Star, whatever it is, it might be something else, Star Destroyer. And he's like behind one like this. I know they haven't probably quite finished working on the details of that robot. That's why we haven't seen it yet. And obviously going to be a major character. We will see him probably in one of the trailers down the line. I think he's based on a droid decker. I'm not certain. Now, I have to say, though, the music they used in this trailer was absolutely incredible. And it's a standard Star Wars thing. It's a version of Binary Sunset, but the way they did it is very tense and dark, especially towards the end. You have a real sense of threat and menace. It immediately set the tone, I think, for what we can expect. I mean, obviously it's based on John Williams' score, as I say, but it's not actually by him, so this is someone else's ideas of Star Wars music using those original themes, like say Binary Sunset, and no doubt there'll be others. We're probably going to hear some version of Imperial March. I mean, I'm just trying to think how they could change that, and that would be fantastic if Vader is, of course, in it. We also saw, it looks very much like Imperial Guards. There's a scene where it only lasts a second, so much just goes right by like this, where there's a cloaked figure, kind of reminded me of Kylo Ren and that initial teaser trailer for The Force Awakens, going through, standing up on something. It looks like a Bacta tank of some kind, but all opaque. And there's the two Imperial Guards either side. They're only ever in the presence of the Emperor. So it'd be great, maybe a bit of Palpatine. I'm sure Ian McDiarmid would be up for it. Now, just continue on about the music, however. If this is what we can expect, then we're in for a real musical treat. I said in previous videos just about The Force Awakens. I mean, I didn't notice the new music the first time I watched it, just because it's such a juggernaut and it just rolls right over you. I did the second time. Things like Finn's Confession, Rey's theme, the Jedi Steps, all that sort of thing are much more distinctive. We will see what new pieces of music evolve in this, or what classic themes are amended, and I'm really looking forward to that. Now, when I first saw those Force Awakens trailers all the time ago, it made me get all emotional, misty-eyed, and feel like I was 7 years old again. Rogue One didn't give me that feeling, I have to admit, but it did make me feel very excited. It looks like an amazing film. And yeah, maybe I want to get excited rather than emotional, because I think the episodes are always going to have that emotional tug on you, because of the past of all of that and what those episodes mean. The standalones, they can go in this different direction that they've been promising, open up these fantastic new stories in the Star Wars universe. So yeah, episodes go down one route and the anthologies go down the other, and I think that's going to work out perfectly. We couldn't figure out, what is this Rogue One gonna be like? We hadn't seen any footage. We saw that cast photo and all of that, So this could be a complete disaster. This could just be Disney milking it for all it's worth. I mean, doing a film that is based on 2 lines in the opening crawl of the first film, it's a brave move, but I think it's really gonna pay off. I watched the Rogue One trailer, and then I watched the intro to A New Hope just to read on the actual the narrative crawl what it says, and it's something like rebel starships striking from a hidden base have won their first battle. During this battle, they stole the plans for the Death Star. So we're going to see a battle, and I suspect that battle is probably going to be where those AT-ATs come in on the beach. I know they filmed some scenes in Mauritius during production. This is probably where that is. So during a battle, obviously we see captured X-Wing pilots as well, what looks like, whether or not that's a total fake out, or if they have been captured. How do you capture an X-Wing pilot, by the way, without shooting his plane down? Just kind of catch him on the ground? I don't know. It's very interesting, very interesting. Can't wait to see what else is going to be revealed. And also, there could be other little hints, like there's the outside chance we'll catch a glimpse of R2 and C-3PO, probably right at the end of this film. It's probably going to end along the lines of the Death Star plans, but then maybe it's like whoever, say, Jyn Erso, gives it to... I guess it'll be Captain Antilles. I doubt we'll see any sort of Leia impersonation. To go on the Tantive 4, to go to Tatooine, to pick up Kenobi, to go on to Alderaan. It's probably going to end just at that point, either maybe as the Tantive 4 launches, or when it's rising up into the Star Destroyer Bay and Vader's about to board. That would be a great ending for Rogue One, just where the door explodes, and the... That would be where it ends. In my head canon, I don't know, we shall see. Anyway, guys, that was just my thoughts on the Rogue One trailer. It really does look absolutely spectacular. Oh, can't wait for more. I mean, obviously, we'll get more details on the May the 4th day. And obviously, then I think Force-Friday is in September, and then in the run-up to Rogue One in December, there'll be loads more. Really looking forward to all the toys. I really hope they've learned their lesson about the nonsense there was over a lack of Rey toys. There had better be loads of Jyn Erso merchandise available, because she looks absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see her in action. I'm already really rooting for her. And even though we only know this little about it, so she's going to be someone that we absolutely love. In the same way that the new guys from The Force Awakens, you know, it's like we didn't know much about them from those trailers. A few minutes into the movie, they were as firmly established as Luke Skywalker or Han Solo. This will be exactly the same, I have no doubt. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or what you thought of the Rogue One trailer, what we can expect to see down the line, or like the video.